After 6 years of winning the CrossFit Games, it's time to make things harder.
I was working out with the boys this morning.
It was good. It's always fun just working out with people that are going to just do that one thing because they really dig deep. But I also enjoy just working out with good people as well, and we have a huge group here that are just like fun to be around. They joke, they're lighthearted, and it's just, it makes you realize like life's too short to be too serious.
Feel up to speed since semifinals?
Yeah, I mean, we had like a little bit of a rest afterwards. It's always good, like even though I felt like I didn't need it, it's always good to have some downtime. And that was nice to just hang out with Willow and my grandparents, and we didn't do a whole lot. You know, just the simple things of like going to the park or, you know, going to the pool for swims and stuff like that.
She knows how to swim?
She doesn't know how to swim. She actually, when we were in Australia last time, she was 8 months, well 6, about 7 months old. In Australia we were swimming a lot more and doing that. Here, because of my training, we're not just going out swimming every day like we usually do in Australia. So it has been really interesting and fascinating to watch that. And she had more confidence going under the water back then at a younger age than what she does now. So we're just gonna slowly build that in the off season.
Had a bit of time to like reevaluate the semifinals weekend.
Oh yeah.
But did you like find any like chinks in the armor?
I wouldn't call them chinks in the armor, but I would just say like there was things throughout the workouts that, say for example, I got the lead. Well, rather than thinking, oh, like go for the world record, or you know, I almost just like allowed that lead to settle, if that makes sense. And I think that that's not what I trained for. After that, when I crossed the finish line, I didn't realize how disappointed I was in my performance on workout 2. So, you know, I felt like I had to redeem myself a little bit. Really important to really focus on trying to execute things more efficiently. You know, just really trying to be better in your movement patterns and what you do on a daily basis, regardless of how experienced you are.
You took a couple naps in between events this year. Have you always done that?
Yeah, I always sleep during my competition because, well, it just goes by faster and there's time, so you might as well. Otherwise, I think I did watch like a Disney movie with Willow in the middle of, or like after one. But our accommodation was pretty close to the venue, so it was only like a 4-minute drive, so it was really fast to go back and forth.
What are we doing on the inside of this rack?
Alright, well, I thought I'd just change it up, but we actually we're going increasing the load but decreasing the reps. So it's just really focusing on that like connection where it gets a little bit sticky when it starts to get heavy. Push through and have that explosive power in the dip and drive. That helps and it transfers over when we do load it up and I'm able to actually really press through.
Heard Jay and Maddie's coming back pretty soon.
Yeah, I think they're here in 3 weeks' time.
Do you think there's an advantage of any way of having a female train with you over all guys? Because right now it is all men.
Yeah, we actually spoke about this the other day. I do think that there is an advantage training with other athletes, or other games athletes specifically, if you're training for the games. But regardless if they're female or male, it shouldn't really matter. I think there is a little bit of rivalry, and I think that rivalry comes from social media. So like, there'll be a lot of hype on one particular athlete versus another particular athlete. It's just like this perception in the social media world where, you know, people are creating that. But it comes down to the individuals and how they feel about each other. You know, for example, like if I'm training with someone that I really like but I compete against them, well, I want them to do very well because I really like them as a person, and I don't think it would matter if they were the person to beat or if they, you know, were barely making it to the CrossFit Games. I think it comes down to like the type of people that you hang around, and also the type of person that really pushes hard. So, you know, Caroline Stanley, for example, she is a workhorse and she loves it, and it's just so great to be around that environment because it's so addictive. So it doesn't, I don't think it affects it. It could, if you guys were very competitive, it could make you tired, but I think that comes down to the people and also the coaching stuff that help remove that unhealthy competitiveness. So,
Wednesday's the opening and Tuesday's the workout.
Adventures.
ooh, that's a question for Shane. I'm not sure, because they would be fun with Willow as well, you know. She gets to play in like the lakes and stuff. Need to get her, she has like a life jacket in Australia, but we'd have to get one here, or like floaties, so she can swim.
The thing is, they haven't even like announced a venue for swimming, so
Yeah, we may not even have swimming.
that's a bummer.
That's annoying.
How do you like when you see like the Castro hint drops, you know, of like
for the open,
like,
or for
no, like grunt work,
Yeah.
you know, him going back to that. Are you just kind of shot in the wind guessing, or?
I think so. I think everyone is to some degree, right? What I think I keep holding to, and we talk to the coaches a lot about, it's like, hey, like as long as the concept's to find the fittest, and that we've done our homework in terms of research and some of the information that he said that, hey, we're going back post-op pre-2020, so we've collected all this data, worked with some of the coaches, getting all that information, looking at a lot of the analytics and back end of that, and then trying to build off from that point, understanding the time domains, some of the intricate details or parts or sequences within workouts, try and repeat them. But in terms of his clues, I mean, we have a good joke about what they could be or how extreme they could be, but I don't try to get derailed by that, because it's so easy to get caught into other people's programming and then trying to insert that into yours, and it just doesn't align, or you're taking away from Tia's potential day with someone else's thought process, and that doesn't align, or I don't have a concept or grasp of why. So I try not to get caught in that stuff.
Short answer, what do you think is the actual percentage of like a softball throw or like a hammer, you know?
Oh man, I hope if we do a softball throw that it's both arms. That'll be fun to see. My strong arm and my weak arm. I think low, but having said that, probably a high chance of it now appearing. I just think that the barrier, or there's so much that can go into it. Staking the ground that year, some of them were staking in like hammering into a rock, and some just had some soft soil there. Well, the detail of the athletes are, I would love to think that the consistency from lane 1 to lane 20, or from heat 1 to heat 20 or heat 4 have the same exposure. I do think that a softball throw, if the wind just picks up at the wrong second, then our data entry's pretty much thrown off too. a lot to throw in there. I just hope that we've thought about intricate details when they program this stuff.